The United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, is no more. The independent agency, known for its global humanitarian work, has been swallowed whole by the State Department. This dramatic move, orchestrated by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, has sent shockwaves through Washington and beyond. Rubio, donning the mantle of acting USAID administrator, wasted no time in installing Pete Marocco as his second-in-command. Marocco, a controversial figure from the Trump administration, is infamous for his previous attempts to gut USAID. This move has raised serious concerns about the future of U.S. foreign aid and the fate of countless lives depending on it. The abrupt takeover has left many wondering about the motives behind this hostile takeover and the implications it holds for America's standing in the world. Critics view this move as a blatant power grab, consolidating control over foreign policy under the increasingly isolationist agenda of the current administration. Rubio, however, defends the move, claiming it's about streamlining operations and aligning USAID's work with the national interest. He argues that USAID has become bloated and unresponsive, requiring a firm hand to steer it back on course. However, Rubio's assurances have done little to quell the rising tide of anxiety among USAID staff and beneficiaries of its programs worldwide. The suddenness and lack of transparency surrounding the takeover have only fueled fears of a more sinister agenda at play, one that prioritizes political expediency over humanitarian principles. The world watches and waits, holding its breath to see what becomes of the once great USAID. Behind this dramatic shift in U.S. foreign policy looms the shadow of former President Donald Trump and his unlikely ally, tech mogul Elon Musk. Musk, never one to shy away from controversy, dropped a bombshell on social media, revealing that the plan to dismantle USAID had Trump's blessing. Trump, true to form, confirmed his desire to scrap the agency entirely. He unleashed a tirade against USAID, calling it a den of fraud and lunatics, particularly targeting those he perceived as remnants of the Biden administration. He promised a forthcoming report exposing the alleged wrongdoings within the agency, further fueling the flames of suspicion and distrust. While Trump claims to support the concept of foreign aid, he vehemently criticizes the execution, branding the staff as radical left lunatics. This rhetoric, reminiscent of his previous attacks on government institutions, has done little to reassure those concerned about the future of U.S. foreign policy. Musk, echoing Trump's sentiments, dismisses USAID as a wasteful entity, applauding its demise. Their combined influence has undoubtedly played a significant role in creating the current climate of hostility towards USAID. This unholy alliance between a populist firebrand and a tech titan has left many wondering if this marks the end of an era for U.S. foreign aid as we know it. The world now waits with bated breath to see if reason and compassion will prevail over political expediency and personal vendettas. The forceful takeover of USAID has ignited a firestorm of criticism, both domestically and internationally. Democratic lawmakers have denounced the move as illegal and unconstitutional, vowing to fight tooth and nail to protect the agency and its mission. They argue that this hostile takeover sets a dangerous precedent, undermining the checks and balances that are fundamental to American democracy. Among the most vocal critics is Representative Ilhan Omar, a fierce advocate for human rights and a frequent target of Trump's ire. She passionately defended USAID's crucial role in global development and national security, highlighting its positive impact on countless lives around the world. Omar argued that shuttering USAID would be a betrayal of America's values and a gift to its adversaries. Senator Thom Tillis, a Republican from North Carolina, expressed deep concern about the abrupt shutdown, emphasizing the need for a more measured approach. Tillis, known for his pragmatic stance on foreign policy, urged the administration to reconsider its actions and engage in a more transparent and collaborative process. The public outcry has been equally swift and forceful. Protests have erupted across the country, with citizens from all walks of life voicing their outrage over the dismantling of USAID. Social media has become a battleground of opinions, with hashtags like Save USAID and Shame on Rubio trending nationwide. The message is clear. Americans are deeply troubled by this assault on an agency that embodies the nation's commitment to global engagement and humanitarian aid. The fallout from the USAID takeover has been swift and brutal, plunging the agency into a state of chaos and uncertainty. The once bustling headquarters now stands eerily empty, its doors shuttered, its employees ordered to stay home. The iconic USAID logo has been stripped from its facade, replaced by a stark reminder of the new regime, the seal of the State Department. The agency's website, once a beacon of information and transparency, has gone dark. In its place, a skeletal version resides on the State Department's website, stripped of its vibrancy and depth. Thousands of contractors and civil servants have been locked out of USAID systems, their work abruptly halted, their futures uncertain. The chaos extends far beyond Washington. USAID contractors on official travel around the world find themselves stranded, their support systems severed, their missions in jeopardy. The sudden withdrawal of support has left countless projects in limbo, threatening to unravel years of progress and jeopardize the lives of those who rely on USAID's assistance. Adding to the turmoil, 2 top USAID security officials were placed on leave after refusing to grant the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, access to sensitive agency systems, including personnel files and potentially classified information. These officials argued that granting such access would violate privacy laws and jeopardize national security. However, their protests were ultimately in vain, and DOGE personnel eventually gained access to the requested information, further deepening the sense of unease and distrust within the agency. The takeover has left a trail of disruption and despair in its wake, leaving many wondering if USAID can ever recover from this devastating blow.